As with Mike Rabin, Bob Sawyer is known by many as the longtime athletic director at Grimsley High School. He's also a member now of 3 Halls of Fame, East Carolina, that the charter class of 1974, and the class of 1996 of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association Hall of Fame. But that's just part of his athletic journey, the honors for all the hard work. Bob Sawyer was himself a tremendous swimmer, winning the national championship in the breaststroke and All-America honors at East Carolina in 1959, while also winning Athlete of the Year honors at ECU. From 1961 until he retired in 1999, Bob Sawyer dedicated his life to Grimsley High School. Dedicated might be an understatement. His swimming teams won 16 straight conference swimming championships and an unprecedented 15 state championships in a row. Along the way, Bob Sawyer coached track, cross country, and JV football, as well as serving as the Worley's longtime athletic director. He also was very active in running state championship events. Tonight we're here, along with his family, friends, and some of his former athletes, to say thank you and to welcome Bob Sawyer as the next member of the Guilford County Sports Hall of Fame, class of 2007.
I would like to take this opportunity to mention some names of those persons that you're going to recognize that I was very fortunate to have as my teachers, my mentors, as well as my inspiration. I grew up in the 40s out on New Guard Road in the battleground community. Now I'm telling you, in the 40s, that was country. I mean, the highway 220 north, the forest came right up to the edge of the road. There was a person there in the community, Carl Carlson. Carl Carlson operated the Shady Oak Dairy Farm. And Carl Carlson was the best I've ever seen being able to break a draw. Let him get about 50 acres of hay on the ground. And then he would make a swing over through the battleground community in that great big Chrysler Imperial and pick up some of us country boys, and we would go out there and help them get that hay up and beat the rain. But most importantly, he showed a lot of interest in we country boys. And before we go home, he let us go down to one of the several lakes on the farm and take a swim. And that was to the delight of my mother. You know how it is when you work in hay. You need a bath before you come home anyway. And he just made an off-chance remark to me that, you know, you look fairly natural in the water. He said, when you go over to Greensboro Senior High School, he said, you might want to consider going out for the swimming team. Well, I've been playing football and baseball at junior high school, and they made the announcement for students interested in the swimming team to report for an organizational meeting. Somehow or another, what Carl Carlson said to me back in that summer, it just sort of rang a bell. And I was reported to that meeting, went out to the swimming team. My swimming coach, Dr. Pat Erie, that coached Tommy and Rick, they're here tonight at the University of North Carolina. We asked me what stroke I swam. I said, side stroke. And see, now, I'm telling you, I was a bona fide creek swimmer. We swam in Horse Pink Creek when Lake Grant Lake Warden didn't come and run us country boys out for contaminated and Greensboro water supply. But little did I know then that was a crossroads. That chance remark that Carl Carlson made me, led me to East Carolina. From there, I was able to go to the University of Tennessee, and my career in swimming led me back to Grimsley Senior High School as coach. And the point going through that is I hope that you today will take at heart how important it is to you when you see young people today do something that they have truly earned. Say an encouraging word for them, because I'm telling you, there are a lot out there competing for their energy and time, and it's not all good. So I don't care if you're grandfather or grandmother, uncle, aunt, brother, sister, whatever. It's important to hear that. And I'd like to also mention that I had an outstanding coach in Pat Erie, who came to Grimsley Senior High School 52 with Claude and Nancy, and coached football there. Coach Jameson asked him if he would coach swimming, and he proved to be an outstanding teacher and coach. He went to the University of North Carolina in 1957, got an outstanding career there. So I couldn't have had any better high school coach than I had in Pat Erie. Went to East Carolina, Dr. Ray Martinez, a physiologist of note. He did a great job for me. I was very fortunate to have some success there. That led me to the University of Tennessee. By the way, I met my wife down there too, even though I had to go back to fifth year to get a double major, because I realized, I said, oh, God, you should have gotten another a little bit better than what you did. So I went back down fifth year and got a degree in teaching, because I had a degree in business administration, but I wasn't quite that excited about climbing the corporate ladder. So I went into teaching and coaching. It's a career decision that I encourage everyone here, young people. It's an exciting career. We need you. Right, Kevin? So it's been very rewarding to me. I can sincerely say that if I had the opportunity to choose a career track again, I would have no hesitation to return to teaching and coaching.